Senior. We begin with news coverage of the death of Queen Elizabeth II. The longest reigning monarch died today at the age of 96. Members of the royal family rushed to her side after her health took a turn for the worse. The palace announcing she died at Balmoral Castle, her summer residence in Scotland. The new king will officially be known as King Charles III. Martha McCollum looks back at her life and her legacy.
Queen Elizabeth II was born into the royal Windsor family on April 21, 1926. At birth, as the oldest daughter of the Duke and Duchess of York and niece to the king, no one expected that little Elizabeth Alexandra Mary would one day be the longest serving and one of the most respected rulers of Great Britain. In 1945, at age 18, the young princess trained as a driver and mechanic in the Women's Auxiliary Service. Like thousands of others, she also had a sweetheart in the armed forces, her third cousin, Prince Philip of Greece. They were engaged to be married shortly after the princess's 21st birthday. But in 1952, while in Kenya with Prince Philip, Elizabeth learned the tragic news that her beloved father, the king, had died. In an instant, the 25-year-old became the Queen of England. Elizabeth was to rule in a new era. Her coronation in all its splendor was the first to be broadcast on television. But with the 1990s came turbulent times for the royal family as the marriages of 3 of the Queen's children fell apart. Then, in 1997, Diana, Princess of Wales and mother to the Princes William and Harry, was killed in a car crash in France. At the time, the Queen was criticized for her reserved response and persuaded to make an unprecedented live broadcast. But as she had so many times before, the Queen persevered. From an early age, Queen Elizabeth was one of the most recognized royals and recognized women in the world. She managed to combine the truly regal with a countrywoman's simple pleasures, and she embodied old-fashioned values of virtue, faith, and self-restraint, honoring to the very end the pledge she had made when she was just 21.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
In the last hour, Charles, who is now known as His Majesty the King, released a statement saying, quote, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this period of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held." Now, a live look at Buckingham Palace, where people are gathering to pay their respects to the Queen. Newly minted British Prime Minister Liz Truss says the country is devastated by the death of Queen Elizabeth II, calling her the rock of which modern Britain was built. Truss says the news is a huge shock to the nation and to the world, and that the Queen's spirit will endure. Truss is appointed by the Queen just 2 days ago, becoming the 15th Prime Minister to serve during Elizabeth's reign. We will have continuing coverage right here on KTVU, the KTVU News app, and KTVU.com. And at 12:30, we'll take a closer look at the line